people can see our students' idea and their imagination from World Museum. Because everyone they make wrong, people can sit in the world and just themselves. They don't need to talk to others. They can just be themselves.
Okay.
So interactive for the people.
Right on. Okay, so
you can choose one.
okay, so
And
if I'm happy,
what
I'll choose
emotion
green.
You now.
Okay, I'm happy because I'm going to eat Thai food. and meet you guys, of course. And talk about art. Yeah. So there's something else to see, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now we have a lot of art classes.
Art classes, okay.
Art classes. Okay. Art expansion and art education is serious through color reform. NEHS and Dathong School Art Course Exhibition. And I want to introduce two quotes on how do you bring a classroom to life as if it were a work of art. So I want to make our classroom to true life and make public people can see our students' idea and their imagination. Art wherein man speaks in no wise to man, only to mankind. Art may tell a truth. I don't know, obviously.
Obliquely?
Obliquely. Do the deed, show, read the thought. So I think thought, feeling, emotion is important. Then the first topic, Museum of Curiosities. Because every student feel curious about their life or they care about a lot of things, like the first wrong word museum. Because everyone they make wrong or make fault, but they face it and make the fault to museum. Then the launch museum in school. Because maybe we pay a little, it's not taste good every day. But all students are curious what happened, and I ask them choose our work to the museums. Then they can use the work to tell their thoughts. The third one, 7 Guilty Museum, and the fourth, Tat Meow Meow Museum. Then we have Pokemon Museum and AI Baby Museum. In this museum, they have a big technique AI baby who is the tutor guide of their museum. And they can talk to the audience, why we have AI Baby Museum. It's from meaning international. Then we have second topic, Taiwan art history, instrument visuals. Because I teach art, I want our students to know Taiwan have many awesome artists. So we choose, every student choose one Taiwan artist to make their Instagram page. For example, 黄土水. This guy is the first sculptor. I'm not sure. 雕塑家 sculptor in our history because this guy introduced and he made people know our land and he faced our land for true scan lab of in the true world we see not the legend or another world. So 黄土水sculpture the 水牛泡 water cow.
Oh, water buffalo.
Water buffalo.
Okay.
And beautiful girl, but it's Asia, not Venus. Then this girl also like want to shui, and she also chose the 甘露水. It's an Asia Taiwanese girl, but the aesthetic is I'm not sure of what side.
Not just Taiwan's or traditionals.
These guys make the Taiwan art history. So our students have to imagine if they can use IG, what more will the page be? And the third part, like pottery, just like Iris and Lisa said, I think one day life topic is important. They have to choose one impressive day they want to introduce and they can illustrate it. For example, the final day of the trouble. This girl sleep very early. Not very late. So it feel red because her eyes can do it. She want to sleep, but she just still want to play. So after 2 a.m. She feel want to sleep, so the color from red to blue and the black because they go to the department, I'm not sure, for ghost house, so maybe they scream. Then the calm yellow, then back home blue. Every moment have their story and they change it to color. Then we have another topic, campus public art proposal. A little like the museum curious, our students use AI to make their sketch to the almost true image. For these children, she makes this word called the voice of dream. That is because she can hear the voice from the dream. So she wants to make a device that people can hear the sounds in their dream. So the girl called it the voice of the dream. And when we walk on the square, it may make songs, make music, and I feel it's interesting. Then second, ice. Can you guess why the girl wants to make ice in our campus?
Maybe the屏东temperature is very hot.
Yes. So she wants to create a device that people can feel cool. Then this girl loves dessert, so she make a dessert seller in our school. And this girl, she is not so positive, so she want to make inside room. Like people can sit in the world and just themselves. They don't need to talk to others. They can just be themselves. And every student have their thought of our campus. So if we have a lot of public art for our students, they feel they really need. And I think that is an interesting campus. Okay. Disneyland or Richmond, they make their big house beautiful because our new campus, our neighborhood is Air Force.
If a student is overburdened by a lot of stress and exams, they're not necessarily going to improve.